Okay, here we go. So, hello and welcome back again for another part of the guides about what's different between global and JP. And today we'll cover the third option, which is the item menu here. So let's go to it. So, let's begin. Well, we'll go in there in order, so we'll go like that. First one is the item, where you can see all your items like weapons, equipments, so weapons, equipments, then materials, awakening seeds. Oh, these are the mastery scrolls that you can get from events. So to be able to use the mastery features, that's really useful. Get those because they're really cool. Then that's where you sell stuff. That's all your event currencies and there we go back here. And carrots and Welch oil, we'll talk about that later. But this is all for the gear system, like all of these things. And we'll talk about it in a moment. These are the gears that I have, so same thing, we'll talk about that in a moment. So back here. This is not items, but weapons and accessory enhancement. Just like in global, you select your weapons and then level them up. Stuff like that. Oh, excuse me, there's family at home and I thought someone was coming here. So, anyways, weapons and equipment enhancement. And then you've got this button, the third one, that's gear custom. That is a very big feature to cover, so let's just dive into it like that. Oh, I'm using the Star Ocean First Departure soundtrack, by the way, because Star Ocean First Departure is my favorite game of all times. And I love it. So, yeah. So, you click on the page and you get there. So, this is the gear custom system. So, you've got in this button here your weapons with, you can notice little rounds next to him. Like here, we didn't have that in global. Here, these are slots, basically. These are slots. So we'll get into that in a moment. But basically, all gacha weapons that came after Christmas 2018 have 3 slots. Like this book for Mastema, who is a 20 Clips character, by the way, a really strong one. And then you've got all the weapons before, like the what's her name again? Maria. That is Wedding Maria. There we go. Bride Maria. That's her gun. It came before Christmas 2018, so it has only 2 slots. And event weapons only have 1 slot. And then you've got this page here, and that is the gears that you possess. So you can notice that they have the rounds again, but these one are full, and we'll talk about it in a moment. Different colors, stuff like that. Not in a moment, let's do it now. So, what a gear is basically is a way to enhance your weapons even further than just using the enhancement feature. So, you create gears and they come with a different cost. Like these one cost 3 slots and you've got 2 slots and 1 slot gears with different rarities. They go from 1 star to 5 star. You only have 4 and 5 star ones. These are fairly easy to get, by the way. It's really easy to make them. We'll see that in a moment. So I said that the gears made your weapon stronger, and how they do that is by not leveling up, but adding, yeah, that's the right word, adding stats to your weapons according to their color. What I mean by that is this gear, for example. You can notice that it is a scythe gear. It has the scythe icon in there, so it is only usable on scythes. So you can see that it has 3 red slots. What that means is that it costs 3 slots to equip, and that it enhanced it enhances attack stats. You can see that 300. That means that if you put it on a scythe with 3 different slots open, you'll get 300 more attack points, which is really nice. So you've got the colors for each stat. So that is attack, red. Then you've got defense, which is yellow. Guard is gray. Int is purple. Hit is black. So, but gear's unlimited to 1 stat, by the way. You have hybrids like these ones. These are extremely powerful too. Like this is rifle gear, and it enhances attack and int stat by 200, which is amazing for a weapon. We don't have end users with rifle for now, but I'm pretty sure it will come someday, so I'll keep that around. So you can see that it has that 5 thing here, 5 limit breaks, and that means that you can only equip the 5-star gears on weapons that are fully limit broken. And that is, well, that is not cool, but it is understandable because they are really strong. So, you know, use money and get stronger. That's the part of the game that does that. But you also have another type of gears, and these ones do not need to be equipped only broken weapons. And they are these ones with rainbow stuff, rainbow slots. These are factor gears, and we'll talk about that in a moment. Then you've got the lower stars, so these are 4-star gears, and they only need 3 limit breaks to be equipped. So, and then I think 1 star is only 1 limit break or no limit break at all. So that's really cool. So it's always useful to have gears whether they're high star or not, because you're not going to limit break every weapon in the game. We all know that, unless you use a lot of money on the game. So these were the 2 main screens. But how do we make the gears, and what are these special, you know, factor gears as I called them? It all happens here, and that is where you make the gears. So you tap on it and you've got this screen. So there is a lot here, so let's go through it quickly, but let's make sure it's clear. I'll do my best. So you've got this is where it all begins, the weapon stuff here. So you tap on it and you select a weapon. I will select this coronation staff, that is for Wedding Eve. I don't have her on JP, so whatever. Then you have those 5 slots here. You tap on them and you can select 5 gears that you possess and use them in the process. I'm not gonna do that because I need all these gears, but if you want to, like, if you don't want to keep the 1 and 2 star gears, you can always use them here. And what that does, if you select those gears, for example, I'll select 5 like that, you can see that the percentage here goes up. Not only this one, but this one too. So what these are sorry, what these are basically, I'm not gonna do that, but if I use the weapon only, there's 5-star chance 73%, 4-star chance 27% chance, and what that does is when I'll make the gear that I want to, I'll have a 73% chance of it to be a 5-star gear, and 27 of it being a 4-star one. You can see that I cannot make a 3-star, 4-star, or 2-star because this is a 5-star weapon, and it doesn't make low rarity gears. So that's pretty cool. Then you've got these things there, the carrots. What these are they are for the factor gears that I talked about. So what is a factor gear? When you make the gear, that's the button to make gears, by the way. If you make the gear, you'll get your normal gear here on random, and then you have that thing here that says 20% in factor. So that basically means that you have 20% chance to get a factor gear, and what that is an extra gear that gives you the ability to take one factor from the weapon you're using and to transmute it, not transmute it, but to transplant it, let's say, on another weapon on which you'll equip the gear. So if I get a factor gear on this weapon, I can either get this one, which is earth damage up by 40%, or this one, which is critical hit rate up by 10%. So these are pretty cool gears if you're looking for a magician, if you're using magicians, which I am doing, so I'll try to make that later. But how do we make that percentage go up? Well, you either use the gears as I showed you before, or you use a limit broken weapon. So one limit break makes your percentage up go up by a lot. Like if this one is got only one limit break, but it goes up to 40%. Then if I use a limit break 2 weapon, it goes up to 60, then 80 and 90 and 100% if the weapon is fully max limit broken. So that's cool. I'm not gonna do that because I need that weapon from Avel. But if you want to make sure you get a factor gear, you limit break your weapon basically with magical hammers or with dupes, so tickets, stuff like that. Now you may wonder, if I make a factor gear, how do I make sure that I get the first or the second factor or the third factor if you unlocked it? Well, you use carrots. If you do not use carrots, basically you will get a factor gear on random, so it will either give you the first or second or third talent. But if you use a carrot, it guarantees you that if you get a factor gear, it will be the factor that you chose. So first carrot is for the first factor, the carrot 2 is for the second, and the third one. And lastly, for the gear feature is that thing here. That is the bunny. So to make a gear, you choose a weapon and sacrifice it to the bunny. The bunny destroys it and gives you a gear in exchange. Okay. So let's do it. I'll show you how it works. So I'll click on the button, then confirm here, and boom. And I get a 4-star. And you saw that was bunny chance. And I got a 5-star gear. Oh, that's for bows. Hit rate. No, I won't keep that. And I didn't get the factor gear, but that's okay. So you could see that it was first on a 4-star, which means that I should have gotten a 4-star weapon gear. But there was something, it was written bunny chance, and that means that the bunny, well, did a 5-star gear for me. How that works is based on the mood of the bunny. So you can see now the bunny is really happy and there are sparkles and it's golden and stuff like that. That's the bunny's highest mood. He has 3 different moods. One where there's no light and he's sad. So you're most likely going to get only the low star gears if you use that feature on these. Then you've got a normal one where he's just normal and the light behind him is like a sunset, and that is the normal way, so it's 50-50, you know, just according to the chance. And then you got the highest mood, and if he's on high spirits, then you've got a high chance to get a bunny chance, and so to get better gears like that. Let's get a factor gear. I want to make sure I get one to show you how it works. With this one, for example. Come on, give me a factor gear with that. 90% chance. Oh, that is an event weapon, by the way. It was an old event weapon. That's from GA Reverse, so I can make a 3-star gear with it. I only have 5% chance to get a 5-star, so let's try it. Let's go. Come on, bunny. Come on, come on. Come on. Yes. again? No. But we did get that 5-star gear. I'm not gonna keep it, it's not cool. 4-star. And that was it. That was the factor gear animation. So I got an extra gear. It has the rainbow slots, it costs only 2 slots. And this adds lightning element to attacks. So if I equip that on a weapon, like first, let's say I equip this thing on a weapon, like a sword that has wind attribute. If I equip that on the sword, it will have both wind and thunder attribute. So that's really cool. Thank you, Bunny, for that. So there are different. You can make 5-star factor gears with a lot of different talents. Like this one, for example, is absorb 10% of the damage dealt in normal attacks. And then you've got damage up, AP, speed up, stuff like that. But you'll have, how do you call that, factors that are really strong, and so these one will be locked. Let me show you. So I'll go to coin exchange, and here. If I pick this one, for example, does it work with that? Like here, you see there's attack plus 15%, which is huge on a big weapon. So this one is locked. You can see the little lock here. You cannot do a gear with that, unfortunately. Well, that's how it works. So that was the basics of the gear system. I hope that was clear enough. If it wasn't, tell me in the comments, I'll make sure to answer. So let's continue, let's move on. We've got this one now, and that is transmutation, just like in global, you know? Use the maximum broken weapons, then 5 different weapons, and then you make a weapon coin to exchange in the shop. It's not really useful anymore, but it's nice, it's still there. Then you've got this thing that wasn't in global yet, and that's item, how do you call that? Oh, right, synthesis. Item synthesis. So basically, I'll show you how it works. I have a lot of these, for example, these 4-star orbs to augment defender. But let's say I didn't have much of these 5-star ones, and I wanted to augment the defender, like Victor, for example. If I didn't have enough, but had a lot of these, I would tap on my 5-star one and basically make the 5-star orb using the 4-star ones. That's really cool. I like it a lot, but I prefer to farm. And this is mostly used for events like the wedding event, if anyone remembers, where we had to use this feature to get materials and exchange them in the shop. But if you're lacking on one material, you can basically use the item synthesis and make them. Like, I want to make one gamma program, let's do it. And boom, I got one. That's cool. I need to farm those a lot. So, back to the menu. The next step is, well, just like in global, sell items for full. So sell weapons, stuff like that. I don't have much things to sell. Oh, these things. These are stones that you get by leveling up your affinity with a character. When you go up to level 2 and level 4, you'll get those. They are completely useless, but as you can see, they give a lot of full. So this is what they're used for. There we go. Then the gears that you can also sell. I have to sell one. No, I have to sell one. Boom. Goodbye. And back to the menu again. So next up is the one other big feature that we didn't have in global, and that's the item storage. Instead of buying, item storage place with gems on global, you can still do it on JP, but that's not useful at all. You can get here in the item storage. So that is the first one here. So let's say I have a full inventory, but I don't want to get rid of the weapons. I select them, and then tap here, and these weapons will be put in my item storage. So I did that. If I go there, oh wait a second, oh I didn't, sorry. So I do that, confirm, then go to the item storage, and here they are. I don't use it very much, so I'll just let them in my normal inventory. But it is a very practical thing to have around, so I like it. I don't use it, but I like it. Next up, it's the same thing. So if you got stuff in your item storage here, you can select them and then sell them for full. Basically, weapons or accessories. And the last one is another part of the item storage, and that's when you've got full inventory but are still, getting weapons or gears from events, stuff like that. Or if you want to summon weapons with a full inventory, the summoned weapon will directly go in there, here. Or if you have full inventory and get an accessory in event, well, it will directly go here, and you can come back to take it later. So if I want to take that back, for example, I select them and confirm, and they are now in my inventory. As simple as that. I got a lot of stuff there. I gotta get rid of those fast. So, that was the item menu. I think it was a bit long, but I hope this was helpful. So, thanks for staying around, and I'll see you all later.